Yeah, go ahead.
On India, what makes you believe, when you arrived at a conclusion that India is not cooperating with the Canadians on the investigations?
So I don't have any further comment on that beyond what the two countries have said publicly. We have urged them to cooperate, and will continue to urge them to
India is saying they have not received any evidence from the Canadians.
And I will defer to those two countries to speak to the relevant status of the matter.
Prime Minister Trudeau yesterday said that he has shared with the Americans, U.S. government, their evidence of their Indians' involvement. Have you seen those? What's your thought?
I'm not going to speak publicly to those private conversations.
One more question. The last 24 hours, several Air India flights have received threats, bomb threats, and several of them have been grounded. One of the flights from Mumbai to Chicago had an emergency landing somewhere in Canada. So, fighter jets were scrambled in Singapore for the flights. This comes after months of threats coming from several citizens in the U.S. that blow up the Air India plane coming from the U.S. and Canadian soil. How do you see that? Would you be taking action against those individuals who have been threatening for blowing up Air India planes?
So obviously any kind of threats against commercial aviation are inappropriate and matters that are dealt with extremely seriously by our own law enforcement agencies, and I would refer to those law enforcement agencies.
Will you take steps that such threat doesn't come from the U.S.?
Again, I will. I think it's a matter for law enforcement agencies, predominantly the Department of Justice, to speak to as a first instance.
How these investigations are going to impact India-U.S. relationship?
Which investigations?
The one that has come today.
The U.S., I didn't know if you were referring to these other questions or to the first one. So look, India continues to be an incredibly strong partner of the United States. We work with them on a number of matters, including our shared vision for a free, open, prosperous Indo-Pacific. And when we have concerns, we have the kind of relationship where we can take those concerns to them and have very frank, candid conversations about those concerns, and that's what we've been doing.
And one final question. Is India cooperating with the U.S. in parts of investigation?
So I'm not going to speak to the matter publicly. That's a question that, again, when it comes to the investigation itself, ought to be handled by law enforcement, so I'd refer you to the Department of Justice.
Thank you.